kids are great negotiators. I mean, unbelievable negotiators. And sometimes our love for our kids, we allow them to influence us more than we're influencing them. It's like, wait, who's the parent here? I mean, I do it every day, whether it's Fortnite, whether it's phones, whether it's staying up late. Like, it's like wearing me down, right? But I've learned a lot. But I'll never forget this. Before I had kids, I didn't understand it. And I didn't understand how they were ruthless negotiators. And the thing that I've found out in my own, like, self-discovery of, like, wanting to really be a great parent to my kids and, like, you know, teaching them to fend for themselves is that I've learned really more tactics on negotiating than I ever did from any course I've ever taken, right? But I've also learned that sometimes that as parents that we can stifle that in our children because we want to be, you know, we say no and we don't have the proper tools to create the right direction or the right boundaries or whatever it might be. And so I'm working on that currently. But you know, if I hadn't had this experience, I don't think I would have grown into that self-awareness that I need that, right? So, like, for me, for some of you that know me, like, when I get in my mode, like, I'm like, let's go. Like, so my son Brixton is a little bit of a people pleaser. He gets it naturally, but he is the kindest heart, like, and he can talk. I mean, he has really good language for his age, and don't know where he gets that. And then my other son, Brylan, he could give zero fucks, like, about anything. Like, I mean, but he's so smart, like, you never see him coming, but, like, he knows how to get his way. True story. And Brylan will, like, poke, like, let's go, and he'll act like he doesn't hear you. He hears you. He's just not ready to go yet. You know, or he's playing his game. And so then finally I get to a point where, come on, let's go, Brian, let's go. And Brian has, like, sensory things a lot like me. And so when I'm going, let's go, come on, let's go, Brian, let's go. Come on, get your shoes on, let's go. Get your jacket, let's go. I read that you should never do that as a parent. I'm like, well, I fucked him up. Because I've been doing that for years because it says, with his personality type, that creates more anxiety in his body, and it freezes him more. But that's the coach in me, right? Let's go, come on. And they're like, no, you have to slow down, and you have to give him high directive one step at a time. Brylan, put the phone down. Turn the TV off. And you got to wait till he finishes that task to say go. Put your shoes on. I don't know where my shoes are. Yeah. So then you got to help him. Anyway, but my point being is that I wouldn't have this self-awareness. However, this is about 15 years ago. I didn't have kids. I'm over at a friend's house, and he has like a 5 or 6 year old, and I see this kid working on his dad right in front of my face. And I'm like blown away. I'm blown away because, number one, I thought my friend was an asshole to his kids. That's number one. Honestly, like, he was just kind of gruff, and I'm like, oh, he just wants to play, you know. And I didn't understand the ruthlessness of these little guys. Like, they are ruthless. They have zero conscience of what they're doing to you. They are all about getting their outcome, and they will take every angle in order to get it that they need to. And so, make a long story short, I see him. His kid wants to play. We're watching a ball game, and he keeps brushing his kid off. And his kid would go back, upset, and he'd come back. He's like, you know, come on, Dad, can we go outside and play football? Please. You said the other day that we could do it. No, get out of here. So he goes back, comes back a couple minutes later. Dad, come on, please. I already ate all my dinner. I've done all my homework. Please. No, I said no. Hey, Dad, but remember you said that we could play. I mean, it was just one objection, and he would overcome it. But his dad, like, you know, have you ever heard it's not what you say, it's how you say it? As a parent, how many parents do we have in the room? All right, if you're not a parent, you will understand this one day. But how your tone gets, the more frustrated you get, you shift your tone slightly to where you're aggravated, right? Like, you feel like you cannot get through to them. They do that on purpose. They know. And the more aggravated you get, and the higher that tone gets, the little craftier they get. It's unbelievable. And so finally he gets so frustrated with his son. He's like, I'm done with this conversation. You want to go play ball? Do you want to go play ball with your dad? I'm going to watch this game. I'll tell you what. And he picks up this magazine mad. He rips it out, and he takes this piece of paper or the page on the magazine, And he rips it up. It was a picture of a world, the globe. And he tears it up into little pieces and he gives it to his son. And he said, I'll tell you what, you go tape that back together like a puzzle. When you do it, we'll go play ball. The little boy looked at him. He goes, okay. He goes back to his room. And I know it was longer than this, but it seemed like 5 minutes later for me. And the little boy comes out. And as he comes out, he has the page in his hand. And his dad is like rolling his eyes because he's like, there's no way, he just taped it back together. And so the little boy said, all right, I'm ready to play ball. And he holds up the page, and his dad looks at him. And I look, and I'm like in disbelief because the globe, the world, was in place. He did it. And his dad's like, how in the world did you do that? And the little boy just so excited because he's like, well, I took the world, and on the picture of the world, on the other side, there was a picture of a man. So when I put the man together, the world fell into place. Right? And so that to me is the journey that we're all on. That is what self-discovery is about. That's what self-development is about. Is when you start working on you instead of projecting onto other people, it's amazing how things start falling into place, one step at a time.